Right. So if we look at yesterday, the NDRC, well, the press release was a bit of a disappointment, so to speak. But I think we should not be losing sight of the big picture. I mean, over the last 2 weeks or so, there was big stimulus measure. There were support measures that were unleashed by the Chinese government. So not just liquidity measures, but a whole range of other measures. So this is not piecemeal approach, but it's a very extensive approach. I think we need to give it a bit more time for some of these measures to work its way into the economy. We should continue to expect fiscal stimulus coming through from the Chinese government to keep up with the momentum. They still need that support to come through. The economy still needs a more material pickup in growth for a more genuine recovery for the renminbi. So on that note, I think if we continue to see dollar coming softer, we continue to see economic growth coming through and support measures coming through for China, then we should continue to expect renminbi to go towards the 7 levels by the end of this year.
So, the market is actively debating whether or not the dollar resumes its strength from here, given that the market expectations and rate cuts are getting recalibrated, right? And now the market is less dovish in terms of their hopes of deeper rate cuts going forward. And I wonder what that means for the dollar index and correspondingly for the euro, because they've been cutting rate, the ECB that is, and the BOE also has signaled more rate easing. So what that means for the pound?
Yeah, I mean, for the pound, we saw how last week there was a bit of a surprise twist from the governor. So I think on that note, it's worth considering whether the BOE will potentially play catch up in terms of rate cut. I think if that comes true, then we should actually see a more material revision to its growth and inflation forecast in the upcoming meeting in November. But we have not seen that. So that interview in Telegraph last week, which caught us by surprise. So if that comes true, then potentially a repricing of that, which have already happened over the last couple of days. So we could potentially see sterling heading a bit lower, trading on the soft side, depending on how dovish the projections or guidance is going to be.